everyone. Welcome to the Warriors Den. My name is Émile Gauthier, aka Space Elephant. I'm one of your community developers on the game. And with me, a man for who every day is like a Stanley Cup final, Mr. Stéphane Cardin, producer of the game. How are you, Stéphane?
Great.
Great.
What a week.
Yes, what a week. So, this edition of the Warriors Den will be a little bit different. It will be shorter, maybe 30-40 minutes, up to an hour, I would say. So we'll go straight to the point. We had a lot of questions from you guys throughout the last week, so we want to take some time to answer them. We have a pretty packed schedule, even if it's a shorter edition. We have guests. We have Stéphane, of course, but we also have Roman, our game director, Damien, our online game director as well, and we're going to talk about what happened this week, because we did an update yesterday, and also we're going to talk about upcoming updates. So we're going to talk about bug fixes, balancing, and a lot of stuff that I'm sure you're looking forward to hear. First question that I received is why was the Warriors Den canceled on Tuesday? We had an outage on Tuesday, so for us it wasn't the best timing to do it. So we looked to the schedule to make sure we could do another one this week, and that's why we're here on Friday. And speaking of this, we're also thinking of moving the Warriors Den maybe closer to the end of the week, because we've been pushing updates on Thursday so far, so we may want to do the Warriors Den on Thursday or Friday so we can address some of your questions. Another thing, I know you guys are really looking for news coming from our side, from updates. So yesterday we published our first weekly article that also includes a letter from Stéphane that goes through what happened during the week, what updates did we do during this week. So we want to do it every week so you can have a written update, because I know you can't all join us during the stream. Some of you are working, so it's not always easy. Of course, there's the VOD that you can watch afterwards, but it's also good to have a written article, so you guys can go and look on the internet. It's on our website right now, forhonorgame.com. You can go there and read the article. So yes, today we have a pretty packed schedule, like I said, but we won't do any Let's Play segment for this Warriors Den. We'll focus on talking with the devs and talking about what's coming up. We'll also take some time to answer questions. We got a lot of questions. Our community managers, Fred, Kevin, Nick, Vincent, and James sent us a lot of your questions throughout the week, so we'll try to address them as we move into this stream. So thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure. And also my teammate Eric Pope, the other community developer, is still on paternity leave, but he's with us always here through this beautiful picture. So Eric is with us. At least
training for wrestling event or things like that.
Probably.
I saw some pictures on Facebook.
Or singing some karaoke. So let's start with Stéphane. Stéphane, how was your last week?
It was intense.
Yeah.
You guys are passionate, and honestly, it's fun, even if we face adversity, because there's issues that piss you off. And don't worry, we're also pissed by some of them. But seeing that player really care. We saw a lot of, even through our forum, even on Reddit, we saw a lot of people that are really trying to help us out. And as developer, it's something that brings so much motivation, because we found good idea. We also confirm some insight we're working on, making sure that we have same priority than you guys, and that dialogue it's absolutely essential for us.
So we've seen a lot of threads on the forums on Reddit about priorities, and I think it's important to ask you as a producer, what are your top priorities at the moment?
At the moment, I have one, and I think I don't think it will have a debate on that. It's the stability of the match when you're in a session, the level of disconnect, and not just disconnect, right? A number of times you see now the famous recovering network connection, appear way too often, and we know that, and it's something that is really frustrating, and people are like, why you're still on it? It's complicated because we need to remember that we innovate on many fronts for this game. It started with a new gameplay, a new genre of a different way of fighting with a sword, and we needed to develop a new online architecture. You know, to be able to have all the action, reaction that was needed to really feel the intensity of the fight. And unfortunately, when you tackle innovation, you need to be ready also to face new problems that you need to learn to solve. And we're really in it. And you know, the last few weeks has been really intense. We have a SWAT team. We have all our key engineers that are on it. And now we have a lot more information about what is creating those problems that we didn't have in our beta and alpha phase, which was a bit weird for us at the beginning. So now we know it's linked to performance. That's why we removed 2 Vikings map, you know, River Fort and I Fort.
Yeah, speaking of this, Stéphane, what was the rationale of the removal of these maps?
Yeah, it was linked to performance. But when we were looking at the data, we were like, okay, why those 2 maps have the highest rate? So we knew that they had information there that we need to understand. And so we removed the maps, we make our investigation, we did several tests, we made many fixes. And now, yesterday, for the people who play the game, we bring back River Fort. And
yes,
now
that was good news.
Yeah, and to me, that really helped us out. So now we're looking at the data. If everything goes fine, we will bring I Fort also.
Okay, cool.
So step by step, because when you start touching the architecture, even if we want to address that part of our platform, because we all want to have our platform as mature as possible, as fast as possible, but that's part of the journey we're in. But being able to look at one piece of content, make some tests, put it back, we will get valuable data.
Great, and one of your priorities also is improving the matchmaking experience.
Oh, of course, but on any game, online game matchmaking is always a big topic. But matchmaking, for me, we will work on that. We have a team on it. We will work on it probably for the next year. But one aspect right now that needs to get fixed very, very soon, it's the clear stats balancing. And the good news, we have good news for you today about that. We have Damien, my friend Damien, that will join us in a few minutes, and he will talk to you in detail about what we did. Another big subject, and we read a lot of comments about that, which is
the economy?
No, but yes, the economy. But to me, it's another subject. It's the hero balancing.
Yeah.
For me, the heart of our game, it's the balancing between the heroes, and there's so many debates about that. And we did several fixes, or we on the floor. We tested a lot. Testing is huge for us right now, and Roman, our game director, will join us also in a few minutes to talk to you about all the details. But don't worry, the Peacekeeper and Warlord will get some tweak about it.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll have a whole balancing talk a little bit later during the stream.
Yeah, and the last point is what you said. To me, my last big priority right now was the fact that we start hearing comments in the community about the fact that it was a little bit long to get access to the different contents. So we took the data, we look everything, and when we look what we plan and we look the rate of people receiving the steal, we were like, oh, it's not fitting. So we did a drastic change yesterday also about the reward, and you can right now, and it's not just tweaking, right? If you look only, for example, your first 2 hours of play, you can get up to 45% more income for the first 2 hours. So we did drastic change, but again, we're not just waiting. No, we look at data right now, seeing how it's reacting. Is to see if we have the same impact that we plan. So a lot of investigation, a lot of, we want to have those issue fixes as soon as we can.
And why was the new content delayed, actually?
Again, to me, it was key today to stabilize the build. To me, adding new contents, you put risk on the performance issues, and as soon as we will be able to stabilize and have the in-game experience and that disconnection problem fixed, it's affecting all the other stuff we're working on. You know, we have plenty of content ready. We have fixes there that we're working on, but from now, we won't integrate stuff that could compromise the stability and the fixing of that issue.
But this content is available now, actually. So the new elite outfits are coming.
Talking, yeah, of course.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was talking
Yeah.
about this new, the new outfits. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So this is coming. This is coming. Actually, this is already there. So you guys can go and watch it. Steph, any final words for our community?
But we had last Tuesday, and that one was not foreigner team's fault or the game. We had a big outage.
That's true. Yeah.
So for me, again, when you're lucky, right? It seems like luck is around you everywhere. So, and it was the ending of our faction war. Turn, and you guys, we know you didn't get the reward. We're on it. STEM was not planned to have an outage at that timing. So, but don't worry, you will get it. You will get it. So we're investigating on the solution right now. And because of all that, if you go and play the game, you will see we grant you 3 days champion status to say sorry, even if it was not your fault. It's not your problem. It's our problem. You've not been able to play for 8 hours. So now we try to compensate you and say thank you for your patience. And believe me, right now, we are on a 24 hours, 7 days a week working on those stuff, and you will see improvement. But you can already see improvement we did yesterday.
All right. Thank you very much, Stéphane.
Thanks to you, my friend.
Yes, it was good to have you here. And after this, we'll present you the new outfits videos. And after that, we'll come back with Roman and Damien to talk a little bit more about upcoming updates.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
See you on the battlefield, guys.
We are back, everyone. We are back with Roman and Damien. Max, yeah, Damien is a little bit out of the frame. We'll fix this in a second. Thank you, Max. Max, our stream producer. How are you guys?
Good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Damien?
I'm good. Last week was pretty intense, but I'm happy we did great changes yesterday. So.
All right. So
we'll must be nice with slimy French background.
So we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, guys. It's good to see you. But I know that the community has been asking for updates for a long time now. What do we have in the pipeline right now, Roman?
So soon we have a big patch coming on PC with a lot of fixes, major balancing, and we'll talk about that.
Yes, let's start with the sexiest stuff. Let's talk about the bug fixes first.
Yeah.
So what can we expect in terms of fixes? What can we expect on the short term?
So there's a lot of bug fix. Like for example, now the debuff gear stat won't prevent you from being guard broken after parry. We have fixed the input on the hidden stance of the Nobushi.
Oh,
no, it's
that's
actually
great.
easier to trigger.
My dear Nobushi, can you explain what was the issue with the hidden stance?
Basically, the angle in which you could trigger the hidden stance for the Nobushi was much smaller than for the other hidden stance, like the Warlord or the Conqueror. And so that's fixed now. So you should be much more reactive in order to dodge or console move with it. It should work much better, just as intended.
That's great. Cool.
And my personal favorite is that you sneaky assassins won't ever be able to avoid being guard broken, falling to the ground if you're low on stamina. We've fixed the bug where if you flicker the stick too fast while out of stamina and being guard broken, you don't fall. So that's cool.
Yeah, this bug was reported a lot.
Yeah, basically there was an issue with the clip of switching stance. So
Okay.
that's not. An important thing. It's that patch, so it's coming soon on PC. It's gonna come a little bit later on console because of certification duration.
Yeah, like we usually do.
We have many more fixes. Like for example, the regenerate feat of the tank. There was an exploit where if you were fighting out of lock with it, you were constantly regenerating. So no, that's gone. Also, you're considering fight if you're actually in fight. A lot of those things. Honestly, the patch note is really huge.
And something else that is pretty cool is the single pick in the custom match.
Yeah, actually, no, you can activate. So we have added options on the custom match, like the single pick, for example, if you do 4v4.
Okay, cool. Damien, we have some news about gear stats as well, because I know it's been a
Yes.
very discussed topic among the community.
Yes, so
can you
it's-
tell us a little bit more about that?
It's a topic we discussed quite a lot in past streams. Today the gear stats are unbalanced and mostly on the revenge side, which create unbalanced game, which stress the matchmaking because then you matchmake against people that can really be stronger than you because of their stats, because of their equipment. So we, in the same patch as the one Roman just told us about, we did a lot of changes too on the gear stats, and we mostly focus those on the revenge. So to address the issue of the revenge, right now everybody is equipped with that build. And it's making the games unbalanced. So for example, we did some bug fixes first, and we also nerfed some values. So on the debuff resistance, for example, there was, I think you spoke about that, there was the guard break counter window was reduced by the debuff resistance, so we fixed that. We fixed a bug on the revenge gain from injury, where it was building up when you were being with the chip damage. So even if I were blocking you, because of a bug of the revenge gain from injury, you were still building up your revenge meter faster, which shouldn't apply. Basically, this stat is only when I get hit, so when the blade goes through. So those are the bug fixes. There is also another one on the revenge gain by defense.
Yes.
So now it only applies when you block or parry a hit, which is also crucial. And then basically we nerfed most of the values. So we nerfed the bonus of the revenge gain by defense. It was going up to 36%. Now it's going up only to 24%. The revenge mode defense also, we nerfed it, was going up almost to 50%. Now it's going down to 32%. Revenge mode attack, same thing, almost 50%, going down to 24%. And revenge mode duration, that was being a bonus of 54%, and now it's going on to 25%. So much shorter boost on the revenge mode duration. And this is how we nerf the overall revenge build. So it's not anymore the one way to go. And we also address the sprint speed statistic by lowering down from a 20% boost to a 9% boost to avoid exploits with the assassins and things like that. So those are the biggest things we're doing on the stats for the next patch. It doesn't mean we stop there, but at least we wanted to address the more important ones that were requested by the community since quite a long time.
And just to go back, a step back, what is the impact of these gear stats on matchmaking? How does it affect our experience?
So one of the tricky thing for us is that you select your hero after the matchmaking. So we don't know which hero you will pick. So we don't know if you will pick a hero that is maxed up or if you want to try a new hero. And one of the issue with that is that this really doesn't help players to pick somebody else, to pick another hero, to try a new hero, because he knows that he will mostly lose against the other players because they know their hero better than him, and they have better stats. So that's what we want to act on by nerfing some of the stats. And on the more longer term, we're also looking at how we can improve the matchmaking with that in mind.
Okay, that's good news.
Like taking into account your reputation level, as
the
an
player
example,
progression and things like that.
Coming back to Revenge, it's there is one thing also that we are looking, but it's not in that patch. It's more down the road in terms of balancing how fast you actually gain Revenge, and or deactivating maybe Revenge on duel, but that's more long term.
So all of this is coming in the same patch, if I understand well.
Yeah, all the
bug
things that were
fixes
on paper are coming in the patch.
All right. Now, when you say soon, what is soon? Is it a matter of weeks?
Soon means it's currently in out testing in our QA. So soon. Don't want to give a date and then you say, you lied, you told us. No.
But it's at
soon.
the
matter
testing
of
phase.
It's
a matter
at the
of
testing phase.
yes.
So if everything goes well, it can be pretty fast. If we found a major bug, then it needs to be delayed so that we fix that bug and then.
All right. Are we ready, guys, to talk a little bit about balancing? Because I know a lot of our players, a lot of members of the community like to talk about that, and this is a pretty hot topic. One of the first question, and I won't mention anybody here, I think the whole internet wants to know, do you have any plans to rebalance the Peacekeeper? So, Mr.
Yes,
Roman.
But going back on balancing, it's a process that takes a little bit of time. There is a lot of data that we need to analyze, like not only win-loss ratio, we also look at where the damage are coming from with a specific character. Okay, so let's look at the Peacekeeper. Yeah, the Peacekeeper is a little bit too powerful. Cool. But where is that coming from? So we're looking at move usage, damage for each move, this kind of stuff. So going to the Peacekeeper, the first thing that we fix is the zone attack of the Peacekeeper. So now the big thing that we change on the zone attack is now the zone attack will be treated as a light attack, meaning that if you get blocked, you get interrupted, so you can be punished. You're not anymore positive after being blocked with a zone attack. We wanted to keep it fast, but the issue today is that the UI is actually delayed on the zone attack. It happens too late during the move, so it makes the move looks like it's actually faster than what it is. So we fixed that also. So the move is still as fast, but the feedback on when the move is starting is actually earlier. So it should be easier to react to that move. So because we wanted to keep it as an initiator, we wanted to keep it as a move that allows you to enter into the fight. But no, you have a bigger drawback if you actually get blocked on it. The other big thing that we change on the Peacekeeper is the sidestep strikes. So as I was saying, we're looking at where the damage are coming from the Peacekeeper.
Okay.
And actually, way too much damage was coming from the sidestep strikes. Like it was almost 20 to 30% of the damage. So Peacekeeper is meant to be a character that is all about light attacks and bleed. And actually, most of the damage was coming from that dodge plus heavy attack.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So, two things. First, we decrease the damage to 20 from 20 to 15, and also on block the recovery is increased by 100 milliseconds, making you easier to punish if you actually get blocked in that move. That's for the sidestep strike. The other thing that we were looking at is actually the riposting stab, so the post-deflect move of the Peacekeeper. It wasn't used because the risk-reward on it was not worth it. It was better to actually do a normal dodge and do an heavy attack afterward than doing it. So we slightly increase the damage from 25 to 30 to that move in order to try to rebalance it to like making it more interested and make the Peacekeeper trying to get more risk by doing that move.
So I know it was a very discussed topic. So if you guys want to tell us, what do you think?
That's the first step on the Peacekeeper. We want to see how that impacts the matchups and how that impacts the damage or the overall damage that character is doing. We're also looking at the fast light attacks and chains that she has. For the moment, we don't want to act on her. We don't want to do too many changes on her to not break her. Like at some point we broke the Valkyrie. We want really to go step by step. But we feel that should have first big impact on her.
Do you guys have other plans for other heroes in this upcoming update?
Actually, we are eating almost all the heroes. We are not going to talk about all of them today, but Warlord. Okay.
Oh, the Warlord.
The Warlord. So, headbutt guy. I love him.
My second
he has a strong Glasgow kiss. I like the guy. The Warlord. So first, we're increasing slightly the cost of stamina on the headbutt. We're increasing it from 12 to 15. But the major thing we do on the headbutt is that we increase the dodge window on it by 200 milliseconds. So that will make it much easier to evade the move.
Cool.
And also on miss, we've had an increased delay when you miss your headbutt to then be able to attack, to also make you more punishable. That's the big change on the Warlord. We'll see if it has an impact. What we've seen over the week is actually the Warlord, even if he's annoying to fight against, he's been going down in terms of matchup because people start to learn fighting against him. The issue is that the fights against the Warlord are actually too long. When we watch people streaming fights against the Warlord, like in tournaments, that kind of stuff, that's my issue. It takes way too long to kill that guy, and because he's spamming that headbutt, etc. So we are doing that on the headbutt. The other thing we do on the Warlord is from the full block stance. No, you're not anymore able to actually trigger the headbutt directly. Just like the attack from the full block stance, you need first to block an attack with the full block stance to then be able to trigger the headbutt. That in order to fix the perfect defense strategy that guy had, like I see you attacking me, I go full block, headbutt, and whatever you do, I win. You attack me, I interrupt you, you guard break me, I counter guard break, etc. So now you need to be able to block first in order to trigger it. That's what you need for the Warlord.
Is there any other character you're planning to nerf on your side, guys?
So the other we're looking at.
I'm saying nerf, but not only nerf, but
it's still under testing. One guy that is actually one of my favorite characters, getting some love, is the Lawbringer with his most versatile weapon.
The Lawbay.
So a lot of changes for
Let's
the
talk about the
Lawbringer,
Lawbringer,
because he was actually way too low to my test. So first thing, the long arm. Now when that moves, so it's the flip move actually. Now when that move connects, you're gonna have a free side heavy on the guy on the ground. No top heavy. If you go for top heavy, you will be able to block or dodge or whatever, but you get your free side heavy on that move. So that should make that move much more interesting for you, especially since that heavy is a chain starter. And the chain sweep justice, so the heavy, light, heavy chain, we have decreased the timing on the light attack from 700 milliseconds to 500 milliseconds. So now it's a fucking fast light attack coming out of that chain. So you should be able to land it much more often, especially after shove, etc. It's becoming a much more interesting move. Another thing we changed on the Lawbringer, we have revamped a little bit his post parry move. So now the impelling riposte is guaranteed after parry.
Okay.
The light riposte, so just after parry you hit the light attack, is still guaranteed, but no, it also applies a stance. And we've made the window of opportunity of that move slightly longer, so it's going to be a little bit easier to trigger it. And make way, so it's the zone attack just after a parry. Not only no, it's guaranteed, but also it has super armor and 25 damage, going up from 20 from the regular zone attack move. So his post parry options now are getting much more interesting. What else did we change on the guy? We changed the book, chapter, and verse chain, the light, heavy, light, and judge, jury, executioner, light, heavy, heavy. All of those heavy attack, whether top and side, into that chain have had their timing decrease by 100 milliseconds. So they are around now 1,000 milliseconds and 900 milliseconds. Also, we've bumped a little bit his damage. So the unblockable attack from the judge, jury, executioner chain now is 45 damage, up from 30. The light, heavy, light chain, now top heavy attack damage is increased to 35, up from 20. Side heavy damage increased to 30, up from 20. Top light finisher increased to 15, up from 10. And side light finisher increased to 15 also, up from 8. And swift justice, heavy, light, heavy. Top light attack damage is increased to 15, up from 10. And also side light is increased to 15, up from 8. So it's a big buff of the guy.
That's a lot. That's a lot for the Lawbringer.
We felt he needed it. Currently with the Berserker, those were the two guys that were at the bottom of our matchup metrics. So
I think I'm gonna start to play him.
Deserved it. Yeah.
The lobby.
I love it. Then yes, we have other guys that we're improving. We're improving the Kensei, we're improving the Zerker, we are nerfing slightly the Conqueror, but we still need a little bit of tests and the answer from the QA before confirming what's gonna go actually in the patch or not. So we'll keep you updated on that early next week.
Oh, cool. So that's a lot. That's a lot of rebalancing changes. Guys, let us know what you think in the chat if you like those changes. If you don't like, express yourself. Let us know. Are we done with the balancing business, guys?
Yes.
Now?
So all of those are coming in the next patch soon on PC, like really soon. Then we have more long-term plan. We're still looking at the fact that parry is too powerful and it's too dangerous to attack. We're still looking at giving more option to offense and a lead to offensive gameplay, like attacking more, extra, and removing a little bit the current meta defense is too good. So we're still looking at that. There will be change coming in that, trust me. We're just taking time to not break everything.
It's coming on PC, but also on console a few days.
Yeah, of course.
After
It's going to
that.
come on console, but a little bit later,
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks afterward, because of certification time.
Sounds good. So we got a lot of questions throughout the week. Thanks to our community managers for sending me over these questions. We'll do our best to reply them. First one, because we just talked about balancing. You mentioned it very quickly, but I got a lot of questions about the Berserker. You said it's coming. Do you have a time window or?
It's going to be in the same patch. The Berserker is going to be improved slightly. It's not big changes because it's strong. The issue with the Berserker is that even if currently it's a little bit too weak in the matchup metric, he's not that far off actually being really good. We need to be really careful with the character. Previously, during the development, he was actually way too good.
Strong.
So we are really careful. But yes, there is a good up for the character coming soon.
All right, so maybe we'll be able to talk a little bit about the Berserker in our next stream next week. That's cool. Another question for you guys. Have you planned to remove the boosts on the elimination mode?
Well, actually, in that patch, in elimination, boosts are going to spawn 20 seconds after the beginning of a round. So no more strategy of I don't fight you, I directly go take my boost. And also, grabbing a boost will take 1 second. It will take you 1 second more than today, so it will be easier to interrupt you.
Okay, sounds good. Another question, we'll do it rifle style right now. Why don't UB shows us all damage, speed, guard, switch timing, etc.?
It's something that we consider doing in the future. Currently, the issue is that we don't have that data in communicable form. It's data that is really interesting for us, that is in the editor, and we have the ability to extract, to Excel, etc. It's not in a way that we feel is actually communicable, but that's going to come in the future as soon as we have a little bit of time to polish it and find the correct form. We will do that.
And if I may jump on that, it's a bit the same thing with the stats. So right now you have only a gauge, but you don't have any numbers, anything. It's also something we're looking to improve.
Sounds good. I got a lot of questions here. This is a very good question, actually. A lot of people are wondering if the developers watch and monitor the different community tournaments in order to get info on how to balance the game, or is it mainly through forums, Reddit, and data?
No, so of course the first point is data. We collect also our feedback, like you said, on forum and Reddit, but we look at those tournaments. Yes.
Apparently, that's
closely to them.
Some of you guys are also anonymously.
Yeah, we have
not joining tournaments.
We have a fight. We have a fight designer stalking those guys.
I want also to give a big shout out to the For Honor competitive subreddit, where there's a lot of cool discussions happening there. So big shout out to you, and thanks to all the other communities that organize tournaments. It's hard to reply to all of you guys, but yeah, we want to. We're looking everywhere where there's interesting discussions about balancing.
Yeah, for example, there was a big post like several weeks ago from I can't remember his name, Fuertevier, something like that, who did a huge amount of digging of bugs and things like that in something, for example, that we share with our QA team, and then they try to reproduce it, and then we enter them, and then we fix them. So we look at all of those.
That's cool. Maybe another question. Any plans? And I know this one is very important. Any plans about addressing rage quitters?
Yes, so it's something we already acknowledged and discussed several weeks ago in a previous stream. We're working on it. In fact, I reviewed the feature yesterday, but it's still in dev. So as soon as it's good to go, then it will be tested, etc. So it's not coming the next patch for sure, but it's currently in development. So it's not something that we're investigating, I would say. It's like we're really taking action on that and doing the thing right now.
All right. I saw a lot of comments on the chat about, we talked a little bit about balancing, about the Raider. So we may have some news in the near future.
Yes, is being currently looked at. There's no change on the Raider on the coming patch. That will be for the next one.
Sounds good.
Raider and Orochi are not touched in that patch, but soon they will. that turn will come.
All right, so make sure to watch the future edition of the Warriors then. So guys, that's pretty much it. I think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for passing by. Thanks for your comments. Don't hesitate to go on our website on forerunnergame.com. There's the article that we published yesterday with a letter from Stefan with a lot of more details about the new steel income. A lot more details about the faction war as well. I saw a couple questions about the faction war as well. Damien wrote an important part about it, and Stefan wants to join us back for the conclusion. Why not?
Why not?
Yes.
No, the only thing I would like to say at the end is just that right now we are.
We will bring Stefan in
back.
the frame.
Oh,
Ooh.
come here! Ah.
Let's get familiar.
Yeah, no. To me, it's super.
Let's change place.
Yeah, it's super important that you guys help us out in the next few days with all the changes we made yesterday. And to just make sure that we have your feedback. Like the guys say right now, we are really digging into the different aspects of those problematic that we talk about, and your help is definitely needed. On our side, we're focused. We are on a mission. Not the first time in 4 years and a half, 5 years now, that we were bringing that new IP in your hands, guys. We faced adversity before, and we're ready for that fight. And be with us. Be ready for the next stream next Thursday, and we'll
next
have
Thursday.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll have a lot more news. But not a lot more, but I think today was quite massive. But other news regarding those subjects, and I think that will be an interesting discussion.
Absolutely. We changed a little bit the format of this stream, guys, but something that we didn't change is the raffle, because we have combat packs for you. So our CMs are on the chat. When they're ready, we can launch the raffle. We have combat packs to give away. Make sure to enter the raffle. Also, we're gonna get kicked out of the room because Might and Magic Showdown are streaming at 3. So same room, different channel. If you're interested, you can go on the Ubisoft Twitch channel for some Might and Magic action at 3 p.m. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, and remember, guys, we're not here for a one night stand. We're here for the long run. So get ready and go to the battlefield. Boom!
Thanks, everybody. See you next Thursday for another edition of the Warriors Den.